Okay, so hello everyone. Today we have Bhishma with us, who is a part of our Ecom Edge Accelerator, and he's been doing really well in the program. He scaled his business to almost 2.9 lakhs a day or 3 lakhs a day. Just missed out by a little bit, right? That's what you just told me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So today we're just gonna have a quick chat with Bhishma and trying to understand what worked for him, and what his journey was, and yeah, we'll just sort of take it from there. So Vishma, the stage is yours. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, hi. So this is Bhishma. I'm from Hyderabad actually. So I started surfing on the internet.
Where is that? Sorry again. Where is that?
Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. Okay. Cool. Go
Yeah.
on. Go on.
So last year, I think around this time I was surfing internet, like what actually working with this today's generation on this year basically. So find out multiple streams to get the revenue. Actually, I was completely broke since last few years. I just wanted to asking myself what actually happening with me, like am I not into this new generation type of formula to getting the money in, or am I using the old techniques to get the money? So after surfing, and I literally trained my algorithm of the YouTube to show me only the business content, just to learn myself out what actually happening. So I cut down I cut down all the other channels which are bombarded with the number of informations which I don't wanted to see actually. So as I was surfing, it was around I think September, like maybe around 11th. So I your video with the Nistas popped out. So maybe you uploaded on the September 7th, right? The first video was on the September 7th, and I was surfing on the September 10th. So I started seeing, looking. I clicked on the video, and after one,
this is the first one we did, the USA e-commerce one. You saw that, or
yes,
because okay.
I think it was uploaded on September 7th by Nishkas. So I was on September 10th, surfing around the internet. So the video popped up. So I was starting the video. Then you introduce yourself. After maybe 10 minutes, I thought myself, this is the right video, and actually grabbed my notes and took the pen and started writing. So since then, after 2 to 3 days, I was again surfing of the internet. Actually working in India. I thought okay, now this Ishan Nishkas was telling about the international dropshipping. So what about the Indian dropshipping? Who are in the market?
Yeah, so
What actually happening with the market?
just some background before that. Like, what have you been doing before e-commerce, or what are you doing? Are you working in a job? Yeah.
So I'm from humble beginnings. Actually, I started working since I was 16. After 16, in the 18 and on, I started doing photography. I'm actually fashion and a wedding photographer. But I did not see that business as I exactly wanted to pursue my career towards my into that. But again, I've seen so much of my downfalls, and that was not literally going what I was expecting to be. Like I wanted to come out from that.
You started with photography, you said.
Yes, actually, when I was 16, I was working in the MNC for the 1 month. Actually, I have to pay my degree fees, so I was hustling for 1 month back again.
What kind of MNC
degree?
What kind of MNC were you working?
So before Dio, it was like Aircel and all, right? Aircel, like a Reliance.
Okay.
For company, like there's a customer service. We need to call them and we need to ask for the plans which are like outdated and the customers who are not using the services. So I worked for like this 2 months so that I can pay my degree fees, so I can pursue my degree. So after that, then I joined my degree, and I thought myself that it is not going to be my part actually. So I then dropped out from the college and started doing photography. Initially, it was very hard for me to pursue that because I already said I'm from humble beginnings. I had no support from anywhere around myself. So started doing that again, like it took many years, and after.
So how old are you now exactly?
I'm 24 now.
Okay, cool. So like fast forward to, let's say, a year back, you came across a video, you joined Ecom Edge now, correct? You saw the video, you liked it, you were like, okay, this is something that I can do. Let's talk about from the beginning of the time you took the program, right? Like, how did that change you from a mindset perspective, or just generally something that you saw inside the program which kind of like helped you, do well in your business, in your life, generally?
So I joined Ecom on Jan 2nd of this year. So Jan 2nd. So as soon as I entered into program, first thing I did was Vision. The main
So did you try something before Ecom Edge into e-commerce, or did you just dive into it from day one?
No. Last year everything I did not even start my Shopify store at all. Like I know I created my Shopify, but I did not started doing that because I have to learn how to learn. That was my main actually motto to do.
Okay, so you did
learning putting
okay, so you didn't try anything like you didn't give it a shot before Ecom Edge. What was
no.
Yeah, so what was the reason why you joined Ecom Edge? Because like why did you think like, okay, did it not cross your mind that maybe I should just try it on my own once? What was that thing that made you like, okay, cool, I'm just going to invest money into the program and then go from there? What was that thought?
The main thought for me was actually the thing is like I'm not into ignorance at all. I have to learn. So to learn, my motto on that basics is learn how to learn. So we need to learn how to learn exactly. Like there's so much of bombarded information that YouTube, which I don't even understand, and not understanding, but into systems. We actually have to know like what actually the levels are. There are always levels for the levels. So we need to get into first level as soon as possible to reach that second level as soon as possible, third, fourth, and all. So e-commerce, I think in the e-commerce, I think in the fast years, like maybe after 2 to 3 years, everything is online itself. So e-commerce and dropshipping has given me.
You made such a great point that I feel like a lot of people unfortunately don't understand is that the first point you made about how there will be 30 people on YouTube telling you how to do e-commerce in 30 different ways, right? So you're bombarded with information. This is something that even I suffered from when I was coming up. When, let's say, you go how to make money online, or you say how to do drop shipping, there are 30 guys saying like, oh, this is the right way, this is the right way, and then you get so confused because you're like, okay, this guy said this, the other guy said that, what am I supposed to do? Then what most people do is they take something from everyone and they create their own khichdi, you know what I mean? Like they create their own dish, which is a recipe for disaster because you're always confused. So I always say this, and this is the step even I took, is that find a credible source of information, whoever that might be, it doesn't have to be us, and then follow just one way of doing it, because that does not complicate things. So for example, inside the program, we have a way, a structure, and a system to do product research. We have a way to test ads. We have V1, V2, all those things. Everything is set and very simplified, I think, for most people, that even someone who's new can get it. Now imagine if the other scenario A is you get something like this. Scenario B is you get a shit ton of information and now you're confused. Okay, who do I listen to? So I think you made a super smart call, because I'll tell you what, like you would have wasted another 6 months to a year figuring out who to listen to. But I think the right call that you made was like, and it didn't have to be us, it could have been anyone else. But of course, I think it worked out decently well because, like you said, you're doing 3 lakhs a day in sales in terms of revenue, which is amazing. So yeah, you joined the program. Okay, let's get back to the program part. You joined the program.
Yeah.
I have a question because I mean, you're part of the program and you know that we focus a lot on mindset, right? I think our first module before Facebook ads or operations or anything of that stuff is mindset. We're huge believers of mindset. So can you tell me, like, after joining the program, what was the mindset changes that you had, right? What is something that changed in your head, mindset wise? And it could be for business and for your personal life, both, or one of them, whatever you want to tell us.
Yes. So thing is like I maybe before the joining program itself, I was working on my mindset actually. So I have to understand. I can only control the mind. So everything apart I can't control. So I wish I have to control what in my hands. So before that I was working, and after that, so after the sessions, after the even Nishka's weekly calls and your weekly calls, the main motto is like 2080. So that was literally a game changer for me. So what actually must be focused and what actually must be not. So doing these things
you're saying the 80-20 rule here?
20 and also being positive, what actually happening with me. So what actually I have to do after me entering into this ecom programs by Ecom Edge. So the main thing I've seen, what I have been going these 3 months is basically I'm in a speed. So I have a push from you people. So making me that push again with the speed. So that was literally a game changer. So what I actually meant by 80/20 is basically when I was starting, now maybe before January, maybe on the November itself, I was okay. I was starting. I was having that full discipline and all doing. But if in case I don't understand what actually the main motive, not the main systems to be placed, I can never. Maybe after 2 years, I can reach that. But as you people who are mentoring me and you're pushing us to forward, like what actually must be done before not see the systems you made, which was very clear, and also like weekly sessions that literally helped me, and I missed some because of my work and all.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine. That's fine. See, I mean, we have 2 weekly calls every week now, as you know. And I
yeah,
mean, yeah, I think it's great because see, when I used to go on those calls myself, like when I was getting my mentorship in some sense, I used to be excited for each call, to be very honest. I used to do my research
yeah,
before the call and I used to ask those questions and then implement those, the advice that I got and then come back next week with the results. Even if it didn't work, okay,
yes,
it did work. Or if it worked, it did work, you know. You mentioned something about the 80/20 rule, right? For the people who are listening, it's the Pareto principle, which basically means that the 20% is responsible for 80% of your results. So the 20% effort. So like you said, sometimes the pie is so big, it's 100%, but we don't know what to focus on, right? Some people focus on things which don't even actually matter. So if you actually start focusing on the things which matter, which is the 20%, that will eventually get you the 80% of results, which is I think what we've been drilling down since week one of the program for everyone, right? That focus on the 20% and let the other issues be like noise. Don't even think about it, you know, like work on revenue generating tasks, the RGT things that we talk about, right? Things which make you money, work on that. Don't focus too much in the beginning on things like should my Shopify store look like the most beautiful store ever, or should my ads be the most HD, model shot ad ever? Just get the job done, you know, and move on to the right things. So coming to that, like, what do you think from all the things, like, you know, we have different modules for different, obviously we have different modules for each section of the business. Tell me about one
yes.
strategy, like we have the Zuck method for Facebook, like, you know what I'm talking about, right? What is something that you think worked the most for you from all the modules that, you know, you kind of, we've covered?
It's a Zuck method. So even before I started ad account, my BM was disabled by the Meta.
Yeah.
Even before I
That happens to everyone, happens to everyone. Yeah.
yes, yes. So BM was disabled. So again, I went back to the Zuck method. So again I created account. So even that was actually disabled. So
Uh-huh.
after having the weekly sessions, then I got some information about the Zuck method into them, because weekly sessions really helped me, because everything what actually plays in the model is a front metrics, like what actually happens when you do this. But all the questions, all the background questions with all the team members will happen on that weekly calls, right? So listening to the answers what actually other people were facing, so
Hmm.
I was ahead of taking that steps and all. So after first account disabled and my second, third, and three in a row disabled, I was actually trying with some other niches and all. I did not understand what how actually Meta works. So again, I went to Zuck method, and Zuck method was actually you. I don't know like what actually how actually you did it, but you cracked us for us based 2000 to maybe yeah, for first time, like I have seen Zuck method, I do not understand completely. So I have
Yeah.
to go. I have to take the notes, everything, and I have to tell you that since the first video which I saw of you people like you and Iskas, I note on the KPIs what actually happens with the Zuck method, not anything around the dropshipping. I have notes since the day one of you people watching. So
Wow.
Even Zuck method, and also product research, that really helped me.
Yeah. So talking about the Zuck method, right? Like you said, what we've done there is that taken our 4, 5, 6, 7 years of, let's say, spending millions of dollars on ads across different countries internationally, and then packaged it in the most simplest way for guys like you to understand.
Yes,
so
yes.
that it's not made super, super complex. I see a lot of people who teach and they make it very complex, but even I think when you can convey a complex message in a complex way, that anyone can do. But I think the challenge is, or the great part is, when you can take something complex, simplify it, and then convey that message, which is what
Yeah,
we do with the Zuck method, right? The Zuck method of
yeah,
running Facebook ads, basically. So when we were making it, even I could have made it super complex, and I could have been like, oh, use like fancy terms and media buying strategies. But I think we tried to package it in a way where even someone who's just starting out can understand it. Someone who's advanced will also find it useful, and it kind of covers all the bases, right? Instead of just, because you never know, because if you see inside the community, you have guys who are just starting out. There are people like you. There's some people who are a little more advanced because they've done e-commerce before. So we have a wide audience of people who are in different stages of that journey, right? But our goal was to make something for everyone. ये नहीं कि सिर्फ इसके लिए बनाया है या उसके लिए बनाया है, सबके लिए बनना चाहिए, right? So
yeah, yeah.
that was the part with Duck Method, which is really cool. We'll be adding some new modules also now, actually, because
Yes,
so right now you're at 3 lakhs a day, for example, right? How do we take you to 10 lakhs a day, for example? We spoke about this.
yes, yes.
Those strategies are a little more advanced. These are scaling strategies. We have explained the scaling strategy in the Zuck method also in the program, I think, even now. But sorry.
Yeah. In Meta Edge also.
Yeah, in Meta Edge also, correct. So Meta Edge, where we disclose the product, everything, all of that, that stuff. But now we'll be adding more modules on. See, because Facebook is very dynamic, things change every week. So our job is to make that content for you guys so that you can also scale your ads, right? And obviously scale your business. So what are your what are your next goals now? Like you're doing this certain amount of revenue, and how long? When did you join?
I joined at Jan 2nd of this year.
Jan 2nd. So, okay, we're in April. So basically in 3 months, you scaled the business to hitting an all-time high of 3 lakhs a day, which is amazing. It was like crazy stuff. So congratulations for that.
Yes.
By the way.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. But see, but you're not, come on, I know what we try to instill in everyone is that go for higher numbers. So I'm sure you're not just happy with 3 lakhs. You are, but you want to go higher now, right? I think you said 10 lakhs to me. Yeah, you said 10 lakhs to me. So what are your goals next?
So my goals are basically I have to do at least 10 lakh a day with the present store. So after doing it consistently with the months, and after like maybe after 1 month or 2 months, I have to shift to the private supplier with the other store.
Okay, so
Yeah. So as
you want one store to run on what you're running, scaling, and then the second store you want to create and use a private supplier for that. And of course, we have
yes,
private
yes,
suppliers inside the program who we introduce you to. So you want to use him, and then hopefully try that out also, correct?
exactly.
Yeah, I think that's a good strategy, because right now what you're doing is you're scaling and you're seeing your business. Let's say, so how many orders are you doing a day right now? You did 300 orders a day, something like that?
Yes, yes, 300 plus orders.
Yeah, so if you're doing 300 orders a day, and if you want to get to, and you are at 3 lakhs, so if you want to get to 10 lakhs, you'll have to triple it almost, right? So now you're at like 900,000 orders a day. So once you see how the business, because how the business looks at 300 orders a day is very different to what it will look at 1,000, correct? There'll be more challenges, operational challenges, ad challenges, multiple challenges. Once you see in your business at that 1,000 order a day mark, it's a good understanding of what you can do. And that is the right time to pivot to a private supplier, because now you know the game a little bit, right? So I think that is a good approach.
Yeah.
That's something that even I did personally, to see the game at scale first and then pivot to a private supplier, because then you know that even if he asks you for MOQ, which is a minimum order quantity of some products, you have that confidence that you can now sell this product because you know how to sell products online, right? Versus now you are still learning, you are testing. You'll have more confidence also. If he says, okay, I have a MOQ of 100 pieces, you'll be like, no problem, send it to me, bro, because I'll sell it. So I think that's a good strategy in terms of the coming months. And like we obviously have a community inside, and it's super amazing to see, as you've noticed, everyone helping each other out. Like, anyone has a doubt, they post it on the community, and then multiple people come and answer questions. I've seen you also help a lot of people out in the community by answering their questions. Suppose someone is a very newbie, doesn't understand what a Facebook pixel is, everyone just comes in and helps the person. So I think what I want to ask you is like, what has been the impact of being a part of a community-led program, like talking to people, growing together? What kind of an impact has it has on your business, and also on how has it helped you basically, to cut it short? How has it helped you to be a part of that?
Yeah, so I believe we are the one of the people who we surround with, like the five members. So the community was actually like, I see community as the helping around everyone. So even I had in the starting days, I have questions about the CPC in the starting days. So people around the community help me like what understanding the basic starting things actually. So those days, that was actually very big things for me not to understand those things. So from those things till understanding how to scale and how to like how the ad accounts are getting banned. After reading the answers of the other people questions in the community itself, I got to know like okay, this is the exact community what I exactly wanted to surround myself with, and gave me little understandings how actually these things happen. So I was surfing around the wing section. I was surfing around general discussion. So in the starting days, I used to go to school. I use more than social networks school
Oh yeah, that's
nowadays.
you just said something so powerful right now. So guys, school, for those who are listening, is our community where we host our community, right? It's like Discord school. It's a platform. Most of you will know it. Most of you can Google it. And it's like an app on your phone. We have it on our desktop. And school, for those who don't know, is basically Facebook for learning, right? It's got a feed, it's got friends, and we post on each other's timeline per se, and we ask questions. The problem with Facebook is that it has all the other bullshit about things you don't even like, which have no net positive ROI in your life. But like you said, the fact that you use school more than maybe Facebook or Instagram or all these other garbage apps, TikTok to hai nahi India mein, but TikTok bhi ek aur hota, so that would have been another garbage app. Um, the fact that you use this more is the reason why you got the results you got today. Because most people, if you look at their screen time, they will be on reels, scrolling, watching cat reels, watching, what someone said on Coffee with Karan. Who cares? Like, that's what they are busy with. But if someone is spending their
Yeah,
time
yeah.
in a community where people are trying to grow together and learn together, that's amazing, And if most people understood that spend time on apps which give you a positive ROI versus a negative one. You know what I mean? Whereas you were spending more time on school, which is where we host Ecom Edge, versus you spending more time on YouTube watching some stupid video which has no relevance or any ROI to your life, So that's great. So yeah, you were saying something, sorry.
Yeah. So for every question, I used to type on the like a search bar. Like if in case a problem with the CPP, no problem with anything, I used to search there. So all the community members who already help answering the other questions, those answers, like maybe 10 answers, maybe 12 answers, maybe one answer, those answers I used to again write down on my notebooks. So which again you used to help me. So on the other days, if in case I have any doubts with that, I open my notes and let's see. Okay, this guy had this answer. So again, this answer, I implemented this answer towards my problem. It solved. So I understood like, okay, maybe my questions are answered already. So I will deep down dig the new questions which I'm facing. Maybe tomorrow I'll be facing. I'll dig down. So I used to write every question in my notes, like what I have to ask. Like you said, maybe one question will change the whole community, as even you experienced with your maybe with your program again before, like you were telling on the call. The one question I asked actually changed everyone's conversion.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
you remember. So that was actually, so I was working on that. So yes, I got to know. Okay, the right questions will actually improvise the whole community.
Yeah, for sure.
So
So
then again,
another great point you made, man, was the fact that people say stuff like, ask as many questions as you can, no problem. It makes you look like you're interested. And if you ask me, that's bullshit. Okay, the kind of questions you ask speak a lot about who you are. if you ask me a question which you could have simply Googled or gone to ChatGPT and got an answer to, that tells me that you are lazy and you are unprepared. Okay. Let's look at your case. You wanted an answer for CPP or CPC or some ad related answer. You were not lazy. You went to
Basic level.
yeah, basic level questions. Or even if it's not basic, you went to the search bar, you searched it, you found some answers in the community, which other people have also asked. Now you leverage their knowledge, you got the answer, you implemented it. If it still doesn't work, then you come on the call and then you ask the question, which tells me that you did your research, you did your homework, after which you actually came and asked the question. Versus some guy who just comes and says, what is this? Tell me, teach me. It doesn't work like that, you know? So again, the
Yeah.
questions you ask speak a lot about yourself. And I think this is something we try to tell people from day one in the community, that all questions are not smart. There are some dumb questions. Like some people will ask a question which you could have easily just gone on Google and Googled it, but they will still ask it. Why? Because they're lazy to go on, even so lazy that they can't go on Google and Google it and get the answer, you know? So
Yeah.
even when you ask the right questions, right, you waste other wrong questions, you waste other people's time, because limited time hai na call pe. So if you ask some dumb
Yeah.
question which would have been answered easily, you are wasting time for others people also who are listening. Because at least I, like, for example, when I was on, used to be on my calls with my, when I used to have, you know, a mentor and everything. So I used to be prepared. Like I used to have notes before the call, and I used to make sure and always try my best to ask smart questions, because even questions can be either smart or dumb, you know, and you should
Yeah.
always be asking the smart question, because that tells me that you are a hardworking and a smart person versus someone who asks the dumb question. So, you know, that kind of speaks a lot about you. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's mhm. Sorry, go on.
And as you said, like someone who's not able to go and search on the Google and all, that question maybe that question actually helps with them. So people who don't even know actually go to how to search and all, that smart question, maybe that question will be game changer for the ones who are maybe lazy and all.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I know. So, you know, these things need to be understood on a very deeper level, because trust me, once you understand this, this will only affect your business, right? If you keep asking dumb questions, so for example, if I had a question which I could have easily got an answer for from Google. But then I wait 1 week, right? Because I'll wait for the weekly call and I'll go on that call and ask that question. Versus I could have just done it now, found the answer, implemented the action, and then got on the call and told results. But now the other guy, you know what he does? He waits कि मैं तो कॉल पे पूछूंगा, कॉल पे वो आता है, एक हफ्ता पूरा वेस्ट करके, और ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछता है जो शायद आंसर उसको 2 मिनट में मिल जाता गूगल से, बट नाउ ही वेस्टेड अ वीक टू गेट द सेम आंसर. Now the point is, he doesn't
Yes.
do this 1 week, he does this every week. So you know how much that puts him back in time to get the right results? Like months.
Yes.
And
Yes.
if you do this for your lifetime, you can only do the math key, how much time it's going to take him. So these small things, people underestimate it, but you know, it has a huge impact on whether you get the wins or whether you don't. These small things like doing your research, asking the right questions, respecting others' time. Because if you're asking dumb questions, I believe you are not respecting someone's time. You know what I mean? If I went to someone who maybe is a billionaire today and I asked him something very stupid, you think he's going to respect me? He'd be like, bro, you are lazy. You don't do your homework and you've asked me a question that you could have easily found the answer to from somewhere else. So
Exactly.
yeah, these small things have a, you know, a huge effect, you know, on how you win in not just e-commerce but in life in general, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, I'm super excited for you, Vishma. Like you said, your next goal is to get to 10 lakhs a day in sales, right? And I think you're on track. We'll obviously discuss after the call, because we don't want to reveal things to people on how you'll get there in terms of the actual strategy, what product you're using, all of those things. But yeah, man, I think people listening to this will just get a lot of motivation, considering that you know, you've been working since a very young age, and now because we're, you know, people like you and me and anyone who does e-commerce, I think we're blessed to have such a vehicle in life which can make us money, where we just need a laptop. You know, we have time freedom, we have location freedom, which means we can work whenever we want, we can work from anywhere we want, and we also have, and we can choose to work with who we want, you know, because you are the boss. So if you don't like someone, you can fire them, for example, you know. So
And
that
also main part
what's that?
scaling. In any other business, you can't scale like that, right?
Yeah,
You can't
exactly.
scale
Oh,
within
yeah, of
1 month.
course, of course.
So this is the, I feel this is the, yes, if in case you have everything systems in the place, you can scale it aggressively.
Exactly, exactly.
So
That's what we've tried to build here, right? We've set up systems for product research, we've set up systems for ads, we've set up systems for hiring also, which I think we should start doing now that you reach this scale. So all the systems are set up. If you follow them to the T, there is no reason why you cannot get to 3 lakhs a day in sales like you are, or even 10, for example, which is what our goal should be now, right?
yes,
Yeah, so amazing, man. It was great talking to you. And hopefully this adds a lot of value to all the people who are listening. And I think the next sort of chat we have like this, we'll have it when you hit 10 lakhs a day, so we'll do this again, right?
so soon.
Yeah, super soon, 100%, 100%. I'm pretty bullish on the fact that you'll get there very soon. And we'll make sure as everyone, me, Nishkarsh, Deep, everyone who's part of the community, as people to help you get there, right? Because that's our main job. But yeah, thanks, man. Thank you so much for taking the time out. Super proud of what you've done. And yeah, we'll do this soon again. Anything you want to say in the end?
Nothing e-commerce reigns supreme.
Yeah. You keep posting that Ecom Edge reigns supreme. 100%, man. Thank you so much. And yeah, we will see you on the next one.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, cheers. Okay, guys. So yeah, this is the end of this video, and we'll see you on the next one. If you guys liked stuff like this, then drop a comment. We'll maybe leave Bhishma's Instagram or wherever you are active in the description. You don't use any? Okay,
No,
okay.
it's been like it's
No problem, no problem.
every.
Yeah, that's good. So at least you can focus. But yeah, guys, hope you like the video. And if you did, then drop a like, follow, and if you want to ask Vishma some questions, you can maybe drop it in the comments. Maybe he can reply to it himself, or we'll do our best. So thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one.